Before we begin today, I wanted to point out that I'm wearing this button that's part of South by Southwest's Collaborations for a Cause. The sunflower is the national flower of Ukraine, and they've done two pieces of merch to support relief efforts, this pin and a t-shirt. Proceeds from the sales will go to Global Giving and the Kyiv Independent. Please support if you can. Our next guest is a musical superstar from South Africa and soon the world. I'm telling you here, guys, she's gonna blow up. Please welcome Moonchild Sannelly to the South by Southwest live studio.
Yay!
You are here live with woo, confetti, confetti, confetti. You were here in 2016, correct? Was that the first time you came to South by Southwest?
That was definitely my first time coming to South.
And people are like, who's Moon? What? We've heard of her, but now coming back a star, a superstar. I mean, come on now. When you came here in 2016, did you ever realize, fast forward 6 years, I'm gonna blow up the way I did?
Absolutely.
Oh, you knew?
Yes, I came with
you know what?
seats
I
because,
love it.
when I first came here, I would be flown by the DTI, but I would have no money, and I started doing my own parties when I'd get here, and I'd come as a delegate. So I've always hustled knowing where I'm going, because I've definitely been aware of the fact that I'm from South Africa, but I'm a global artist. So this coming to South by and doing the festivals all those times was literally to plant the seeds so that I can come collect my flowers. So
is there a bouquet here now? Is there a bouquet for you?
I mean, here I am.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Playing the popping parties, and it's so amazing because it's just like it. I knew I would be here. I definitely knew. I'm very intentional, and a lot of the times it's not even ego. It's like we write things down.
There's the work and the
we
confidence.
Plan, we write things down. We plan stuff, and we fight for it, and we win. We're very intentional, and we tick boxes and say next because. Yeah, the world will be like, oh, it's so great, it's big. And we were ready for it in its bigness. So we're very intentional, and I definitely knew that I'd be here.
When you came with the intention in 2016, let's take the DeLorean back 6 years, and you said you're right. Did you create an intention? You said, I'm going to South by Southwest, and I'm going to do this. What was your intention?
I've always seen myself as a global artist. So before I even started traveling, I used to say, I want to get a big deal. I want to do festivals all over the world and be able to go to a basic pub in South Africa and drink. But then when I started noticing that it's slowly growing overseas, and I'm still like a weird brand in my country at the time, because I was still an alt kid. I hadn't broken into the commercial success. So I mean, the whole time it was, I want to carry my country with me, but it won't stop me. But I've always seen myself as a global person, literally, because I've just always been different. And when like, for instance, when like your fader, your magazines, or your New York Times and everything, okay, I didn't have to Google New York Times, but your faders, your awesome titles, I had to Google who they were because they were writing about my music while I was in the country and I hadn't left my country yet. So like those things are things that also like stamp what you already feel and see of yourself. And so
they were validating you, and you were like,
and I hadn't traveled yet, and I already did see myself in that light. Because when I'm from Port Elizabeth, so I moved to Durban to do fashion designing, and then I was doing the performances and everything in Durban. Then I felt like I was too different there. I reached my ceiling, and I had no competition. So I moved to Joburg. When I got to Joburg, I said I was going to do 5 billboards, then move to London, Japan, or New York. And
as one does naturally.
Yeah, because it's always like steps going. It has to be bigger. And so when I moved there, it was like, okay, cool, I've done the billboard. Actually, now that I'm exposed to the world, I know that I just want to conquer and I mean...
Spread the seeds everywhere.
I was literally going to say, off it up.
You can say it. You can swear here.
I was literally going to fuck it up in the world. It's just like, and I've got the best team. So it's like...
I just like how you went deep bass for that.
Oh no, please believe it's badass. I've got a badass team. Lauren is a bad bitch. She's even saved as Lauren Bad Bitch. That's her surname on my phone. And we fuck shit up.
You know, I love it. First and foremost, I want to just say before I ask you about how you're the queen of a specific type of, you have your own brand. But first, I just have to say, we've had a lot of guests. We've had maybe 30 guests over the past couple of days. By far the best dressed. And I just want to compare aesthetics. This is Dad Bod style, 2022, and this is Moonchild. So you have a choice. ladies and gentlemen. I
mean-
personally think I'm crushing it, but she's
In
like,
your
no.
range,
She's
in
like,
your range,
in my
in your
range, in my
range.
very limited
Yeah.
range.
Yeah,
Dad
in your
bod
range.
range. I needed that fake compliment really badly. You have no idea. But
You're welcome.
thank you. You are the queen. All right, and we're gonna do this.
Yes.
I did not practice this. All right, so I'm gonna make myself the halal guinea pig for the world. All right, you are the queen of.
Gom.
All right. Don't. Queen of.
So here's the trick. Take your tongue and slide it on the roof of your mouth, like
Got it.
done. Gom.
Well,
Don't think about it. Gom. Okay. Gom. 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 Gom.
this is going live.
Done.
Queen of.
Gom. 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 Gom.
So what is the queen of?
It's basically someone who is a motherfucker in that territory. So in the country, I remember there's especially like in its
South
in its
Africa,
prime,
you're from
in South
South
Africa.
Africa.
Yeah. So in its prime, where I think I had like from the first time I just popped in commercially, I had 3 hits that were just consecutive, and then from there it just was just everything. So people would have like 1 or 2 songs if it's not a DJ or producer. But with regards to artists, especially a new one, because I get it, you know, like someone can have 1 song and then there's nothing after. But
You're a one-
I mean,
you're not
I've
a
been
one-hit wonder.
crushing it. Me? I would
You're
not
like
be-
several
yeah.
hits. Several
Never
hits.
child, I mean, I'm not that girl. So I just need, it's that thing, I knew I just needed my foot in, and then from then onwards it's late for everybody. Actually, just put a toe and my whole body is in. So Queen of Gom is because I fuck shit up when it comes to that territory as well. And South Africa knows me commercially from crushing it in Gom. They didn't necessarily, it was the alternative crowd that knew me prior that with my electronic stuff and everything. So, and Gom for me, I mean, I think I crushed it because I was already doing like, because there's like heavy bass and it's like, doof, it feels like you're in this underground dungeon. It's super epic and it's like,
Is it like late '90s hardcore drum and bass before it went mainstream with I'm just thinking out loud.
Yeah.
With the type of. Because I can't even categorize your music. And I'm saying this as a compliment.
Yeah, I know.
Because you take from the world and it's in your music, right? So
Yeah.
how would you categorize your music?
I'm future ghetto funk.
Future ghetto funk.
Yes.
Who can go wrong with that?
I mean, everybody but me, because it's mine. So, future ghetto funk coming from, I come from a very like Kwaito background.
Okay.
Because my cousins were dancers, so they were dancing for commercial artists and everything. So that sound was always there. And Kwaito music is literally our rap, basically, before they started doing hip hop in South Africa. Just like years ago, we grew up on Kwaito. And then the jazz part was, my mom had a jazz tavern, so she always played jazz music. I wasn't in the tavern, but she always played jazz music and it was something I couldn't escape. And then my brother was a hip hop producer, so there was a
So
studio in my
hip-hop,
house.
jazz.
Hip hop, jazz, Kwaito. So I think the hip hop and Kwaito
Yeah.
together because it's from I was to the international, and then the jazz was something I couldn't escape, and then so future ghetto funk is me basically the pot, so that's future, that's ghetto, and
Wanna make that funk?
I'm the future, so I'm the future. These are the ingredients
Okay,
that
let's see.
make me. So it's not like I'll make a jazz song, I'll make a this or that. It's not split. It's the pot
it's all there.
that comes from yeah. So you can taste a bit of jazz. You can taste a bit of, but you can't place and say it is because it's the future of what I come from. So I'm future ghetto funk.
I love it. I love it. And even with your songs, what you're able to do lyrically is and I hear it. It's like the drums, the bass, you do it. You don't need a synthesizer since you're a dope AF, as the kids say, queen of future ghetto funk.
Shout out!
I have heard just the ability to just do that with your voice, the drums, the percussions, the beat.
Yeah.
It's unique.
It's the most amazing compliment, actually, saying that, because I'm not educated in music. So I literally, like, I hear my own things, I'll hear stuff. It's so crazy, right? I remember a time in Durban where I was playing with a band and, like, trained musicians. So my arrangement has no limits because I don't know the rules. And I remember they would struggle with this song because I just go from this to that. And for me, it's fine. And it's a great song. They just couldn't
What was
play
the song?
because it was...
I'm hoping you
Oh
can.
my God.
I'm hoping you can sing it because.
I did record it. Oh, I forgot
Or just
it.
a lyric.
I've got like, if you Google my music, you'll find like over 80 songs that I don't like. It's a lot. I've been planting these seeds and watering.
But they
them.
couldn't keep up with you.
Of course not. Who can? There's a lot of stars. I'm the only moon.
And so when they hear this, when you walk into a room, you bring in the moon, the sun, the earth, the gravity. I say this as a compliment. And when you're saying, listen, this is future ghetto funk, but it's a collaborative industry. How do you see the other musicians responding to you?
They're not as magical like me. I mean, there's something about me that I just know about myself. Like, first of all, I listen to my music to just get better at it. I'm not limited to genre. I write to everything. I get annoyed by slow studio, people style slow in studio because I make an album in a day.
Which is normal. I do too.
Normal.
I made an album in a day in my head. I made a
Do you know
Lego
what
set.
I mean?
No, I have no idea what you
It
mean.
doesn't mean-
I'm an old man. I have no idea what you mean, but I trust you.
No, for real. So but I'm very understanding because I know it's not everybody's the same, but it's just annoying because I just want to get with it. Let's go. Because for me, it's like, I can always come up with a story. Give me a word, give me metronome. I write to absolutely nothing. Like, I don't need meditation before studio. I don't need lights. I don't need anything.
Your go time. Let's go.
Just record. Yeah, I'm good to go all the time. And
If I give you something right now, can you do?
Let's go.
Okay, South by Southwest, South Africa, Lego sets.
Lego sets. I mean, I come from South Africa and I've built enough Lego. No! Lego! From South Africa to South
There you go.
Yeah, Lego.
I love it.
And do you know what's so crazy, right? I could think about something super deep, but then there's something I always say about when an underground artist undermines the commercial artist, and it's like they and then they celebrate Shakespeare. It's like, but Shakespeare was able to make you feel something in 16 lines. That's a sonnet. How are you not able to then make your emotion into a sonnet? Because once you reach more people, once you simplify, there's a part of simplification that people undermine, but that's actually like a lot. It's not that, it's really...
Well, it's also a sign of intelligence. You're able to take complex ideas and simplify it.
Okay, that part. They usually call me a genius, but...
Oh, it's something, yeah. For us mediocre folks, it's about...
But it's not. It's really, I feel like...
Well, that's what Albert Einstein, E equals MC squared, right? He takes something so complex and he simplifies it. That's not a sign of stupidity, that's a sign of genius.
I'm really that girl.
You could say that. I just gave you a new hype for yourself.
Thank you. I'm a genius, guys.
You are here, I saw your videos, and your videos pop. Your videos have an aesthetic. It's not just the music that pops, but there's a style to it. How much of your fingerprints are also in the aesthetic look of the song?
With the visuals.
With the visuals.
We come together. We literally come together. Like, I know, for instance, now this video that we're going to be shooting. My manager.
What's the video?
The one cute. Okay, so I just did one before I came here on Thursday or Wednesday. I did one, and it's got like my homie, like, he's so awesome. You know the real Gets from London. We did an amazing song called Mozambique. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Speak the streets, bro. Only way, dark cops don't know. Pay the streets, though. So now we've got another one called Strip Club, and we're going to be dropping it soon. So for instance, that video, we brainstormed with the producer, director, and the whole team just like puts in stuff. So like, and then the one I'm going to be doing now, which is cute, which is also going to be in my new album, and it's with Trillery Banks from London as well. Lauren's my manager. Lauren, bad bitch, she's already come up with something, and whatever we add there, we add, but she's like basically come up with and it's just like, oh yes, let's go. Because we're on the same page, and I feel like I'll be rolling.
Can you tease out what the aesthetics is of this video?
Of this one, it's gonna be very delicious. It's like, I'm
delicious.
Cute, I'm not rude, but I'll be breaking all the rules.
I wish I could be your Flavor Flav. I'll just hype you along. I'll be like this old South Asian man just hyping you. I'm like, and this is Moonchild, and then you just take over.
You must just give you a stick because you'll be rocking like a lot.
You in your music, it's global. It's the future, like you said. Everything's combined. You're not just one thing. It's like a bouillabaisse, right? But
What's a bouillabaisse?
Bouillabaisse is well, if you go to New Orleans. France, you're gonna take her to New Orleans and give her some bouillabaisse?
Take me to New Orleans, please.
It's like a good gumbo. It's a mix of everything. And in order to make it tasty, you need the mix of everything, right?
Okay.
And so you can't just separate like that's a stew. In the stew of your music with the different styles, there's also different themes. So it seems that you're talking about female empowerment.
Of course.
And you also have causes that you want to amplify in your music. What are those causes that you really want to drive through in your music?
Owning your body, knowing that you're fine as you are, and if you want to change it, you can. It's just being confident and actually knowing that your voice matters. So I always say for the older people, it's like you can teach an old dog new tricks.
Like me.
Yes, and sex is not a duty or a baby making situation. For instance, if someone is sweating alone, you should be fine with being able to say, "I'm putting on my panties because I feel like you're on a marathon and I haven't even come to the party. I'm not gonna even come at the party." So just being able to know that you matter in the bedroom as well, and being able to use your voice and not being polite, because there's no time to be polite. You can't be polite. Once you've opened your legs, you must open your mouth, otherwise you'll be forever a nut busting hole, and you'll never know what the word orgasm means, or just enjoying sex. So and then for children, when
I'm glad you went.
Yeah,
you
don't
made
worry
that
about
pivot
it,
to children.
sweetheart.
That's great.
I got you.
Yeah. We go from busting a nut to kids. Naturally.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then with the kids, obviously, like anything I say sounds innocent because I've got the tone that just sounds cute all the time. I can say like the crappiest things and it sounds sweet. But outside of that, when they sing along to songs like Run From F-Boys, they can sing, it's fun for now, but when it's time when you're actually dealing with an F-boy, those lyrics that you sang when you were a kid, you can be empowered, you know what I mean? That's where you're gonna change the narrative for women to be more owning and knowing that getting married is not a dream. You know what I mean? Success is something that you can, you know, and there's also different types of successes, because I can't undermine you thinking marriage is a dream, but if you don't know better, at least you can sing along to the song. And sometimes I feel like, a lot, I feel like, I remember when I wasn't feeling safe at home with regards to like at my grandparents' place, where it was a weight thing. And I wish a song was there, like the song I've made, Thunder Thighs, owning your body, knowing
Thunder
that
Thighs.
you're enough. Yeah. So it's almost like I used to think it's all for just the people, but I get to realize that it's also me standing up for the younger self.
Yeah.
And everything
Your
I wish
younger
I
self.
had. Yeah, and everything I wish I had been told to me. For instance, being sexually molested, if there was a song that described sex, I mean, I sang, I'm horny, 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 horny. But the parents weren't even explaining what horny was for me to even, do you know what I mean? Engage in that space. So if I knew songs that were more celebratory of sex, maybe I would have questioned when it was violation.
Yeah.
So it's so much bigger, and I know it's
female empowerment, it's knowledge, it's being proud of yourself,
Yeah.
it's rejecting body shaming.
Yeah.
There's a confidence that you exude in your personality, but also in your music.
Mm-hmm.
And this can be very empowering to young girls, like, yes, she is a bad AF.
I'm a motherfucking bad bitch.
You could say it, right. But then you also have to realize, not just in South Africa, but in America, in Europe, your existence, your presence, so bold, so open, talking about these issues is a threat. And how do you respond to people who say, I don't want this in my home?
I'm never in their homes. My numbers speak. I'm on the stages. My team hustles hard. And the children sneak things. It's a stream life. Do you know how many kids aren't allowed to watch me in their homes, but they watch me on their phones?
I can imagine.
Thank you, because parents don't have that much control anymore when it comes to the consumption that we want, whether it's good or bad. So the numbers speak for themselves, because they're not at school with you. They just don't have that much control.
And you've heard this before, but I have to say, they're like, she's a bad influence for our kids.
It's the old parents that think marriage is a success and bowing down to a man, being barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen. So I understand. It's not that deep. It's all they know.
And you're trying to expand their horizons.
I don't try. Try lift your arm. Exactly. The difference between an attempt and doing it is thinking. Don't think about it. I do stuff. I don't
Plant the seeds. Another thing that you're doing, I've heard that this is, you're taking over the world, you're planting the seeds. You've planted a seed in South by Southwest, you're collecting the bouquets now. But there's a rumor that you're planting seeds all across America. Is there a tour coming up? Is something happening?
Rumor has it. Ooh.
Yeah.
I can't say anything about that because I have got a UK and European tour coming just now. And then we'll talk about the rest.
Okay, so first conquer UK and Europe. And then maybe here.
I mean, I really enjoyed the tacos here.
Who doesn't? I think.
It's
Can you
so
say that in the
good.
camera? Can you just say that in the camera?
The tacos are really amazing. I might just come back and get some more.
I think you've just won over every Texan who's watching. They're like, okay, if I didn't like her music,
Yeah.
I like her tacos.
Okay, can I even mention Texan steak?
You can mention anything
I
you
love
want.
Texan steak. Oh my God. Also, do they love me more now?
Yeah. Did you have
Love me, love me, love me.
Did you do barbecue?
Did I do barbecue?
Here, Texan barbecue.
Oh no, I haven't had a barbecue.
How long are you here for?
We leave. I've got 3 more shows to do.
Okay.
So Friday is the last show, and so you wanna barbecue? I was gonna say you wanna barbecue me, but it's like you wanna go take me to a barbecue.
Yes, they'll take you to. If you like steak.
I
and if you
love
like,
steak.
Yeah, you have to do barbecue. I'm not even Texan, and I've had the barbecue. I had the barbecue 2 days ago. It's still in me. It did
Is it?
things,
So it's gonna last
it did
like-
things to me. It did profound things, and it did some terrifying things, but it changed me. It changed. I'm a different man now after eating the Texas barbecue.
I wanna be a changed woman.
I want you to feel this. We are in a situation in America right now, and you're in Texas right now. And I'll just tell you something domestically real quick, where sexuality is under assault, women's rights are under assault, the freedom to be is under assault. And you're an artist, and it's just talking to you, your entire ethos, your entire being seems to be confidence, self-expression, freedom. And so at this moment, for those people, the young people who are watching, the young girls who are watching, and they said, I wish I could be like her. I'm not her, I'm nobody, I don't have this confidence. How can they develop it?
I have no idea, but I feel like the first thing that you need to do is be yourself, because there's no one like you. You know, that typical thing. But actually, be yourself and be loved for who you are, then be rejected for what you think people want. Because it'll never be a job, you know. People will have to eventually adjust around you, because if you're yourself, you never have to change or figure out how to be the next trend, because you just are. So rather be rejected for who you are, because when you are loved, you're never gonna question it.
So love yourself first.
Yeah, because the world will always have opinions in general. So I feel like live, you know, if it's not going to be arrested to be yourself, then fuck everybody else. They need to adjust to who you are. But it starts with you, because if you don't believe in you, you're just going to be molded by each and every single thing and one. And those people probably just wish, you know, and the thing about it, you know what I've realized? The people that criticize the most are the ones that have no courage. They're the ones that are fear, and they're scared of themselves. That's why they just like project all that bullshit. And but deep down, they actually wish they had the courage, because I feel like when they say to me, they're like, oh my God, you're so brave. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? I'm just myself. Well, how am I brave? I'm brave because it's something that, no, I'm not coming to that party. So I feel like being yourself, it's literally being yourself. It starts there. It literally just starts there. Your family will adjust. Everyone just has to adjust when you are, because you'll be happy. You can't make the world happy.
As Miles Davis said, sometimes it takes a long time to be able to play like yourself, but you're playing like yourself. And where can people, very quickly, we have to go.
No, they were right, because I always say pioneering takes longer because it's something that you're creating than it is to just fall onto a genre that already exists, because it's safer for the labels, it's safer for whatever. And I've gone through that rejection, but look at me now. I've got my own genre and I'm booked for who I am. I've been rejected, but the same brands are the ones that book me to make them edgy now. So, do you?
Queen of Queen of
Yes.
Moonchild, Sannelly. We gotta leave, but very quickly, look in the camera. Where can the South by Southwest folks see you perform this week?
Hi guys, Moonchild, Sannelly here. So tonight I'm going to be at the official opening party because I'm that girl, and then on Thursday I'm going to be at Easy Tiger. I'm going to be at Easy Tiger on Thursday. And then on Friday, I'm going to be shutting it down at Swan Dive. Yes.
Moon, thanks for stopping by. Thank you all for tuning in. And yes, she will be performing on Thursday, March 17th at 11:20 p.m. at Easy Tiger East. Friday at midnight at Swan Dive Patio. And make sure to go check her out. But leave a few seats for the rest of us if you can.
I mean, the whole family is coming, guys.
We're coming. I love it. You heard it here
Everybody.
first.
Yes.
Don't forget, you can watch all of our studio interviews on the South by Southwest apps, available on Apple TV, Roku, Android TV, and Amazon Fire. These interviews are also available on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/SXSW. And for a complete list of our interview schedule, check out sxsw.com/studio. I'm Majat Ali. Thanks for tuning in.